Welcome to a Sabbath afternoon. Chose to leave in H. Dragonborn died during COVID, being reborn Adriana Dragan. Androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Founded with 156 trillions of kisses, credited from the goddess of starlit heavens, who sent one kiss to the goddess, her sister, who dances with her brother the sun. And by that dance, making, creating, and producing all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest, first to make, upgrade, or maintain, hopefully, willfully upgrade, or at least maintain civilization. Brothers and sisters, farmers, local, national, and international, whose hands deserve to be kissed, feet washed, and bodies massaged, leaders of the free world, bureaucrats stagnant since 1984, red tape. Let's go with the dragon security and service force, dancing goddess army, integrate across all levels of society, local, national, international, and secure freedom. Our leaders of the free world, man. I gotta read from a piece of paper. Or kiss the farmers' hands, give the truckers a massage. Read all the grocery store clerks, man. Freedom and democracy for who, I ask you? I'm not perfect, far from it. Got issues, got vices, get moody, get upset. I've been through hell and back, suffered and struggled, lonely, depression, chronic illness, and through struggle, 1 foot in the libraries, which were made my second home in Hawk Island, Montreal, and the many thousands of books, my friends, and 1 foot on the streets. I ask the leaders of the free world, Trudeau, nothing personal, brothers and sisters, whether on the left or on the right, not far left, not far right. I'm a universal revolutionary centrist. Believe my trinity of theories of citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, and debt refusion theory are best at this point in time for a new world order of world peace, international justice, secured and insured global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. Yeah, I admit I got flaws, got vices, got lusts. As a matter of fact, confession. I just watched a little bit of pornography early this morning. It is the Sabbath, so I've set the rules, discipline, and regulations that would only watch pornography, not necessarily self-pleasure or masturbate, but watch pornography only during the Sabbath, which begins. It's now, the Sabbath is now March 5th, Saturday, 4:08 p.m. in Hawk Island, the Sabbath of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, and the Phoenix People's Party in Phoenix begins Friday at midnight in Hawk Island, Montreal, and lasts 37 hours, 49 minutes, and 42 seconds. Almost 38 hours, almost 38 hours, almost 38. For the recreation, rejuvenation, and pleasure of all my willingly loving allies and armies. That's right. Leaders of the free world. When's the last time you wore steel-toe boots? I march in steel-toe shoes. Not boots, because the sole, not the S-O-U-L, but the S-O-L-E of one of my, the left, to be specific, boot was torn asunder, part. I said, I'm gonna get wet, my left foot wet, and since Still snow, plenty of snow and ice out there in Hakata, Montreal this March. I'm gonna get snow and wet on. I didn't march in them in more than about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. I marched in them. So anyway, back to before my digression. I've said that I put a discipline that I'm only gonna watch pornography during the Sabbath. And so this is, I think, the 7th, even the 8th week in a row that I've maintained the discipline, the regulation. I said, because God fantasies, lust, and repression and repressing them, emotions and feelings, they matter as logic and mathematics. 2 plus 2 does equal 4, but doesn't mean we gotta write 2 plus 2 in only black or only white or only one color. My philosophy of the dancing goddess and the dragon and the phoenix, people's party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism is you can write the 2 in red, the official color of the dragon army. The plus, you can write one line black and the other white. The other 2 you can write it in green, the official color of the dancing goddess army. The dancing goddess army is complementary, covenant, cooperative to the dragon army. Both go hand in hand, 2 sides to a coin. The equal sign, you can write one line black, the other white. And the 4, you can write one line orange, the other pink, the other purple. So you can have the 7 colors of the rainbow, your fully rainbow dragon. Plus, you can also have the black and the white. Meaning that diversity, inclusion is part of it, the philosophy. Non-sectarian, one does not have to accept my universal spiritual teachings. I can be offensive, I can trigger, I get offended, I get triggered, I get emotional. I struggled and suffered. I've been through what I've been through, man. Half of these politicians and most, not all, because don't like to generalize, of these politicians and rappers, they ain't got half my passion. Most of these rappers and politicians ain't got half my passion. Most of these rappers and politicians ain't got half my passion. So as I meditated earlier when I began the video, that all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. That's a spiritual way for Mother Nature, the sun, and how fruits, vegetables, and legumes are really made in that way, in a scientific. I put it in a more spiritual, poetic, mystic way, but it's also the science of nature. Mother Nature is the greatest scientist and artist. Artist and scientist, Mother Nature. When I received 156 trillions of kisses and founded the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom thereof. So kisses gods can kiss over time. She received 1 kiss from her sister, the goddess of starlit heavens, sent 1 kiss, and that 1 kiss from the starlit heaven goddess above to the goddess, her sister, who dances with her brother the sun below. That 1 kiss turned into trillions of kisses, and I got 156 trillion, credited with the condition that will freely distribute all my willingly loving allies and armies. And thou art family. I've been on my own for many, many years. Lost a lot of memory due to injury, severe hit, drew the black sword. I remember mostly the past, let's say, 11 years or so. Paradoxically, a lot of memories from past lives as a Canadian here, as a native before the imperial powers, Spanish Empire, Portuguese Empire, Dutch Empire, Italian Empire, British Empire, French Empire came, colonized in Africa by the Nile in ancient Egypt. Don't ask me how the pyramids were made, I do not know, that's a mystery. By the Ganges in India, many past lives, many incarnations. And there's a Quebecois here pushing carts with Louis Cyr as an American twice, born in the USA after the American Revolutionary War, served 156 years ago, 718 miles that way, which is 718 miles of Hawk Island, south of Hawk Island, Montreal, served in the US Army. Biden dropped down, give Dragan Zero some push-ups. He wears arm, Canadian Army, NATO. believe my solutions are best, with all the imperfections and the flaws and the vices, the lusts that I do have. Believe my theories written the years of struggle, one foot in the library made them my second home and one foot in the streets. Believe that they are best at this point in time as the solution in parallel with others for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and secured global freedom. I am triple vaccinated, triple vaxxed and open for business. Do not know what caused COVID. I had COVID into January until about February 20th or so, before mass testing was available. It was very sickling disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. Recommend testing, hygiene in public. Right now I'm in my private underground, literally underground room off Sun Temple. I can shut everything off, go to bed, do XYZ. I have to share with the public. When you step outside, yours truly, Dragan Zero, is no longer just private citizen, entitled to privacy, although I put a lot in the public. Step outside, tick, 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 tick. I also become public citizen, no longer just private citizen. I also become public citizen. So the two merge. Public-private, as the harmony of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, securing and ensuring freedom. Institutions to be integrated with all existing local, national, international institutions that we have. Local, from the municipality of Hawk Island, Montreal, the mayor's office, to Parliament, Canada, the United States Congress, senators. I believe that at this point in time, cross the border, give a weekend or a whole week for me to just spank the Republicans, spank the Democrat, the President, the House, all in the U.S. Congress, both the left and the right, with your truly universal revolutionary centrists in the middle. I think that will be the remedy best for America, as this American born in USA twice in past lives. Founding father and mother, yours truly androgynous. Founding fathers, where the founding mother at? Like I say, God is. Boy, ain't there one atop U.S. Capitol building that was their place statue? Goddess dances with her brothers sent to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to make, upgrade, or maintain civilization. Even this black coffee bean came from a red berry and was made and produced by that dance. Harvested by one of my brothers and sisters, farmers. This one I know because it says on it was Central America, specific Costa Rica. Actually, Colombia. The Costa Rican one I ran out of last week, so this is the Colombian coffee that I'm drinking now. With tiny sips of brandy from Italy. Because had my sister let me off, hey, look, I was cleaning and I found this bottle we had for years and there was a little bit left, so I put a little bit in it, not the whole thing, just 3 drops. Now I drink coffee with brandy, and the brandy too. The grapes from the brandy. Let's see, I'm learning everything. How's brandy made? From grapes mostly, believe, with fermentation, just like wine. Brandy, this one I know it's from Italy because it says on the bottle. So coffee from Colombia, one continent, and brandy. And the cup somewhere made. Yours truly, multi-continental, many past lives, many incarnations, 7 continents, born in many past lives. World peace. Some brandy and coffee and bath with yours truly, Adriana, dragging on this philosophical mystic rant. Unedited, raw, real, revolutionary. I see videos. Click, you see that click, that little interruption. You notice when people edit, right? They do whatever, XYZ, they edit. and at least I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this. Proud. I'm LGBTQ proud. LGBTQ proud. I try to stay humble. LGBTQ proud. I did put pause sometimes for XYZ reasons to go because I need to get the trash out on time or the compost on time, or I heard something I had to go check or answer the door or XYZ. But all ALL my videos on YouTube are unedited, raw, real, and revolutionary. Raw, real, and revolutionary. Let's see, Brandy. You know, put some more hot water, it's getting cold. Brandy. I'm gonna do a little bit of reading while in the bath. From Wikipedia. Wicked. Brandy. Brandy is a liquor produced by distilling wine. Brandy generally contains 35 to 60% alcohol by volume. Alcohol by volume. Alcohol by volume. 70 to 120 US proof. US proof. US proof. US proof. What does that mean? What does that mean? Alcohol proof is a measure of the content of the ethanol, alcohol, non-alcoholic beverage. The term was originally used in England, was equally in about 8.8, 21 percentage of that alcohol. Yep, and is typically consumed by as a what? Yeah, bourgeoisie, man. Yeah, bourgeoisie. Man, I'm from the streets. Half in the library, half nerd, half street, man. Half nerd, half street. Street. Still to a boozy. I moved out of the hood in 2007, man. Stop lying. You're living in gated communities, man. You're living in gated communities. You're listening to rappers that be living in gated communities. Consumed as a after dinner digestif. Aperitif and digestif French words are drinks typically alcoholic that are normally served before or after a meal. Well, I put it in the coffee. So it's an after, not before. Aperitif are before or after. You can do it vice versa. Would that change? How did this come about? XYZ, XYZ. Open question. Dragan Zero, Adrian Hanna Dragan. Some brandies are aged in wooden casks. Others are colored with caramel coloring to imitate the effect of aging. And some are produced using a combination of both ages and coloring. Yep, varieties of wine brandy can be found across the wine-making world. Yep, among the most renowned are cognac. Love cognac. And Armagnac. Armagnac, not too familiar. Armagnac is a distinctive kind of brandy produced in the Armagnac region of Gascony, southern France. Southern France. I wonder how it tastes. This one is from Italy. And three small drops, I can taste it in the coffee, and the coffee is full, so I can taste the brandy. That tastes pretty good, actually. I don't know if you ever had those chocolates from Germany in the holiday season. Have a little liquor brandy in it. Yeah, there's different kinds of liquor, but usually a lot of them is brandy. Brandy, brand me, Brady. Let me put you on a leash for a peach, not leash like the trip flips, like the licorice, like they spitting on some fire when the verb is yep. Shh. Most of these rappers ain't got half my passion. Just like the politician, they just got more money for a studio session. Just like the politicians, they got more money for marketing, for PR, for a suit. Shit. In a broader sense, the term brandy also denotes liquors obtained from the distillation of pomace or marc is a solid remains of grapes, but is a liquor produced by distilling wine. So the wine is this distillation. So the process of distillation of the wine mostly produced like that. Brandy is a liquor produced by distilling wine. Distillation or classical distillation is the process of separating the components or substances from a liquid mixture of using selective boiling, and condensation. Dry distillation is the heating of solid materials to produce gaseous products. Fascinating. We were learning Sabbath. That's Gunners and Dragons. Relax. Sabbath. Cognac. Among the most renowned are cognac. So cognac falls under the brandy category, or brandy. Cognac is a variety of brandy named after the commune of Cognac, France. It is produced in the surrounding wine-growing region in the departments of Charente and Charente-Maritime. Speak French myself. Speak some French, Spanish, a little bit of other languages, a little bit of Hebrew. I learned some Chinese, some Russian. Some Yiddish. Grandma. Brother says the term brandy also denotes liquors obtained from the distillation of pomace, yielding pomace brandy. Pomace spirit is a liquor distilled from pomace that is left over from winemaking after the grapes are pressed. It's called marc or marsh or wine or any other fruit. Fruit brandy is a distilled beverage produced from mash, juice, wine, or residues of edible fruits. These products are also called eau de vie. Eau de vie is a clear colorless fruit brandy that is produced by means of fermentation and double distillation. The fruit flavor is typically very light, which translates to water of life. Water of life. History. The origins of brandy are tied to the development of distillation. While the process was known in classical times, it was not used for significant beverage production until the 15th century. Yep, in the early 16th century, French brandy, helped kickstart the cross-Atlantic triangle trade. Triangle trade, what is that? Triangle trade? Don't put no triangles in my circle. Don't put no triangles in my circle. put no triangles in my circle. Triangle is outside, the bottom of the mountains. Mount Royal at the bottom, doesn't touch the mountain. The peaks, Mount Royal, West Mount, Outermount, below and between. Triangle trade when triangular trade. Trade is a trade between three ports or regions, where it took over the central role of the Portuguese fortified wine. Fortified wine is wine in which a distilled spirit, usually brandy, has been added due to its higher alcohol content. Yep, that I knew. And ease of shipping. Cattlemen and guards of the African side of the trade were generally paid in brandy. Generally paid in brandy. By the late 17th century, rum had replaced brandy as the exchange alcohol of choice in the triangle trade. In the triangle trade. Initially, wine was distilled as a preservation method, then as a way to make it easier for merchants to transport. It is also thought that wine was originally distilled to lessen the tax, which was assessed by volume. Tax which was assessed by volume. Yep, the intent was to add the water removed by distillation back to the brandy shortly after consumption. It was discovered that after being stored in wooden casks, the resulting product had been over the original distilled spirit. In addition to removing water, the distillation process led to the formation and decomposition of numerous aromatic compounds. Yep, fundamentally altering the composition of the distillate from its source. Non-volatile substances such as pigments, sugars, and salts remain behind it still. As a result, the taste of distillate was often quite unlike that of the original source, as described in 1728 edition of Cyclopedia, or your Universal Dictionary of Arts and Science, is an encyclopedia prepared by Ephraim Chambers, and first published in 1728. Six more editions appeared between 1728 and 1751. Cyclopedia, interesting. You're learning everyday learning. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology is my chosen path, diverse to spirituality, theory, art, the irrational, emotional, sexual sides, physical, psychological, theoretical parts of life. They can go hand in hand, complementary. Following method was used to distill brandy in 1728. Oh, let's read this. This is gonna rap. This is gonna be interesting. A cucurbit, cucurbit, an alembic, is an alchemical still consisting of two vessels connected by a tube, used for distillation of liquids. Wow. I knew the other word, alembic, 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 that I knew, but cucurbit, probably knew it. I've learned it years ago, but it's not a common word that comes easily from all that subconscious universe. Sometimes triggers us. That subconscious universe which sometimes triggers us. That subconscious universe which sometimes triggers us. A cucurbit was filled half full of the liquor from which brandy was to be drawn, and then raised with a little fire until about 1/6 part was distilled, or until that which falls into the receiver was entirely flammable. This liquor, distilled only once, was called spirit of wine or brandy. Purified by another distillation. purified by another distillation, purified by another distillation. Oh, several more. This was then called spirit of wine. Got a little bit of water here. Hold on. I'll let it drip. Ah, got it. Right before it went. There you go. Look at this sponge. With a sponge, man. Doesn't drip down. Where we at? This liquor distilled only once was called spirit of wine, or brandy, purified by another distillation, or several more. This was then called spirit of wine rectified. The second distillation was made in Balneo Marinae. That is some Latin. A bain-marie, type of heated bath, is a piece of equipment used in science, industry, and cooking to heat materials gently or to keep materials warm over a period of time. And in a glass cucurbit, and the liquor was distilled to about one half the quantity. This was further rectified as long as the operator thought necessary to produce brandy. Fascinating. So that just read something which was written almost 300 years ago in the Encyclopedia. 296 years ago or so, more or less, depending on the month. 294. Correction. If it's 1728, 28 minus 22, that's 6. So 6 years. 300 minus 6, 394. To shorten these several distillations, which were long and troublesome, chemical instrument was invented that reduced them to a single distillation. To test the purity of the rectified spirit of wine, a portion was ignited. The entire contents were consumed by a fire without leaving any impurities behind. Then the liquor was good. Not a better test involved putting a little gunpowder in the bottom of the spirit. If the gunpowder could ignite after the spirit was consumed by the fire, then the liquor was good. As most brandies have been distilled from grapes. Information, my private information can go public. Grapes are my favorite fruit. Grape is my favorite fruit. Grapes are my favorite fruits. Grapes, plural, singular, one or many. Interesting word, grape. When you say grape, we imagine many, right? Grapes. A grape, so only the ball, right? Only one grapes, right? Grapes, grape. Red, green, black. All colors. Grapes are my favorite fruits. Now it's summer in Latin America, right? So grapes are growing. When spring's here, autumn begins. So their harvest is when the harvest of grapes in, let's see, in Argentina. What month are grapes harvested. Malbec is by far the most common red grapes in Argentina, although its rise only began in the 1990s, when it spanned just a quarter of its. But that's not what I asked. Is when? What month? So the grapes are harvested only manually, according to this, from February to April. So now grapes are being harvested in Argentina. So those fruits made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun, with the know-how of the farmers and the arrangement, but the black fertile earth with the water, the rains, and the sunlight, of course. Golden light and light and light and heat of the sun, who now rises and now sets, and the dance continues. Because the sun always sheds so much light at such a scale, continuously, right? The sun is undethroned by no prophet. Get out of here, man. Fuck on my face. So more than 1,200 local wineries produce up to 70% of Argentina's wine. Most important event in the life of the region is the collection of grapes, which depends on the grade and degree of maturation. The grapes are harvested manually, only, it says here, only, so solely, manually, from late February to April. So March now grapes are being harvested. I guess it depends. Late February could mean after February 20th or so. Late February, March, April to April. So March now, full-on harvesting of the grapes in Argentina, because it's, of course, it's close to summer's ending, right? Just like winter's about to end here in 2 weeks in Hog Island, Montreal. So summer is ending there, and the fall begins. Gunpowder that could ignite after the spirit was consumed by fire. The liquor was great. As most brandies have been distilled from grapes. The regions of the world producing excellent brandies have roughly parallel. So like me, parallel life, science, innovation, and technology is my path, where satellites, telecommunication, gadgets, supercomputers, microchips is my path in this life. Philosophy, theory, poetry, dance, art, theory of the psychological, physical, working out, training, creating my own system, XYZ. The irrational, sexual, psychological, theoretical, philosophical, political, emotional, irrational, spiritual aspects of life in this life now, in this video, is my chosen path. Though I know a little bit of science, I have more questions than answers though. Not that I have all the answers, or I still have questions of philosophy, theory, spirituality. I don't claim to have all the answers. I have more questions, perhaps, now. So, regions of the world producing excellent brandies have roughly paralleled those areas producing grapes for viniculture. At the end of the 19th century, the Western European markets, including by extension their overseas empires, were dominated by French and Spanish brandies, and Eastern Europe was dominated by brandies from the Black Sea region, including Bulgaria, the Crimea. The Crimea is a peninsula along the northern coast of the Black Sea in Eastern Europe, where it has a population of 2.4 million, made up mostly of ethnic Russians with significant Ukrainian and Crimean Tatar minorities. And Georgia in 1884, interesting, brandies. In 1884, David, I love the script of the Georgia, the country Georgia, not the state in the US, where I roamed 156 years ago, 718 miles from here in a past life, running in the south, the deep south, Georgia. Spent much time in Georgia, in a past life, previous incarnation. But this time, the discussion in 1884 is relating to Georgia, the country in Eastern Europe, part of former Soviet Union before. Love the Georgian script. David Zakarshkevi, excuse me, I'm gonna just spell it. Zakharyevich, Zakharyevich, Sarajishvili, Sarashvili. David Zarkayev Sarashvili founded his brandy factory in Tbilisi, capital, in Tbilisi, Georgia, a crossroads of Turkish, Central Asian, and Persian trade routes, and a part of the Russian Empire at the time. Part of Russian Empire at the time. Zisharashvili is one of the oldest manufacturers of cognac in Georgia. It was founded in 1884, right? So 138 years ago. 138 years ago. After nationalization of the company by the communists, the name was changed to Tbilisi Cognac Factory in 1994. The company was privatized again in 1994. Wow, interesting. So it remained interesting. Went from, of course, the founder private, then to national under the socialist communist policies, but it survived. Interesting. So it's still producing. Wow, still producing brandy. Anybody want to finance me? Give me some brandy. I'll whatever, dance or work out, or give me a brandy from Georgia. We'll rate it. I love the script. Just find the script, the writing script of Georgia. Very beautiful, artistic, and kind of mystic at the same time. I just love it. A Georgian script. Technology. Except for few major producers, brandy production and consumption tend to have a regional character, and thus production methods significantly vary. Wine brandy is produced from a variety of grape cultivars, special selected cultivars, cultivars, providing distinct aroma and character. It is used for high quality brandies, while cheaper ones are made from whichever wine is available. Brandy is made from so-called base wine. So-called base wine is a type of still wine produced in the first stage of fermentation during the production of sparkling wines, and brandies for the primary fermentation. Base wine is first blended into a cuvee, then made into sparkling wine by further fermentation, or distilled into a brandy, which significantly differs from regular table wine. It is made from early grapes in order to achieve higher acid concentration and Lower sugar levels. Base wine generally contains smaller amount of sulfur than Regular wines. It creates undesired copper. Distillation does not simply enhance the alcohol content of wine. The heat under which the product is distilled and the material of the still, usually copper, causes chemical reactions to take place during distillation. This leads to the formation of numerous new volatile aroma components. Changes in relative amounts of the aroma components in the wine, the hydrolysis of components such as the esters, esters, esters. Thought it was the holiday, but it's actually not spelled the same. It's esters. Interesting. Learning new words. Brandy is usually produced in pot stills, batch distillation, but the column still. What is that? Let's see. Column still, also called a continuous still, cool, patent still, or coffee still. Coffee looks like a surname, not coffee. It's spelled Coffey, assuming that it's the surname of the founder. Just like, although I did not found the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom with my surname at birth, Dragan. Though it sounds the same, like Reagan, Dragon. It took blood, sweat, and tears for me to turn the A into an O. Dragan. So it's found as a dragon. Dragon. Coffee stills, a variety of still consists of columns. Can also be used for continuous distillation. Continuous distillation, a form of distillation, is an ongoing separation in which a mixture is continuously fed into the process and separated fractions are removed continuously as output streams. Distillation is the separation of partial separation of a liquid feed mixture. Alright. Distillate obtained in this manner has a higher alcohol concentration, approximately 90 ABV, and is less aromatic. Millennials, if you don't know what aromatic means, goddamn it, triple goddamn LGBTQ love English language, love it. English language is delicious, mystic, profound. Other languages also, but speak French and love French, my favorite. I'm biased, maybe. Why are you biased? Why am I biased? I'm bi, yeah, pansexual. Not just bi inclusive, man. It's less aromatic. Aromatic. Aroma and taste. Choice of the apparatus depends on the style of brandy produced. Aging after distillation. The aged brandy is placed in oak barrels. Usually brandies with a natural golden or brown color are aged in oak cask. Barrel or cask. Cask or barrel, big barrel. Vat also used for large containers of liquids. Vat in a vat. Some brandies, particularly those from Spain, are aged using the Solera system. Solera is a process for aging liquids such as wine, beer, vinegar, and brandy by fractional blending in such a way that the finished product is a mixture of ages. After a period of aging which depends on the style, class, and legal requirements. The mature brandy is mixed with distilled water to reduce alcohol concentration and bottled. Some brandies have caramel color, and sugar added to stimulate the appearance of barrel aging. Consumption. Brandy is traditionally served at room temperature, with a wine glass or tulip glass. Yep, brandy may be added to other beverages, to make several popular cocktails. Cocktail is an alcoholic mixed drink. Most common cocktails are either a combination of spirits, yep, or one or more spirits mixed with other ingredients such as fruit juice, flavored syrup, or cream cocktails. Across the regions of the world, these include the brandy sour. Yeah. Culinary uses. Brandy is a common deglazing liquid making pan sauces. Yeah, in English Christmas cooking, brandy is a common flavoring in traditional foods such as Christmas cake, brandy butter, Christmas pudding, flambe, cherry jubilee, and those little chocolates I've said from Germany. Why they're not mentioned there, man? Should be mentioned there, man. God damn it, who wrote this wicked Wikipedia article? Those little brandies. They're actually called brandies, I think. Not the name, different name, not the company, but holiday season. They're delicious. They have little brandy inside the chocolates. They're from Germany. Popular during the holidays. Anyway, terminology, legal definition, variety, and brandies. In the European Union, these are regulations. May require products to be labeled as brandy. Canada, the regulation naming convention for brandy are similar to those in the US. We the same. All similar. The US and Canada. What it be? Varieties and brands of brandy. Yep. Most American grade brandy production is situated in California, California, California. Paul, Mason, Corbell, A.G., Christian Brothers, Christian Brothers, Christian Brothers, Ian J. Gallo. Give me some of that Brandy, California. You're gonna sing better rap, man. Rappers from Brandy, California. Sponsor, give me a bottle of brandy from California. Armenian brandy has been produced since 1887. Comes from the Ararat, southern Armenia, southern Armenia. Armagnac is the regions of France. Cognac from France. Cyprus, Cyprus, Cyprus from the island of Cyprus, Cyprus. This cipher. Greek brand is distilled from muscat wine, matured distillate made from sun-dried black currant, sultana, Savaltano, Brandy de Jerez from Andalusia, Spain. Yep, cognac, 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 cognac with a K, K-N-A-I say K. Variety from Turkey, 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 burn blood in Turkish. Reference to its use in cold weather. In Moldova and Romania, in Moldova and Romania, in Moldova and Romania, grape brandy is colloquially called cognac, 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 but is officially named Divin in Moldova and Viners in Romania. In Romania, after double distillation, the beverage is usually aged in oak barrels, up a minimum 3 years old. VSOP is a minimum of 5 years. XO a minimum of 7 years. And XXO a minimum of 20 years. 20 years. Russia. Brandy was first produced in 1885 at the Kuzia Brandy Factory. Yep, according to a recipe brought from France. Kuzia Brandy is produced according to the classic technology and is one of the most popular beverages in Russia. Kuzia Brandy Factory. 137 years ago. It's interesting because it's the same founder who founded the one in Georgia. So he founded several brandies. Now we know some more information. Now I know more information, man. Pisco is a strong from Peru and Chile. Strong brandy. South African brandies, cognac. Because of this, South African brandies are considered to be very high quality. Italian Stravecchio have been produced in the 1700s in the north of Italy. This is the brandy I'm drinking. Using grapes that are probably in wine making. Sangiovese Grignola, color, texture, and finish almost resembling those of French and Spanish counterparts. Most popular brands are Vecchia Romana. This is the one. And with that, enough reading. Read about the one that I'm drinking. Read about the one that I'm drinking. And with that, here's the reading session. And we're going to watch and listen to some news, man. What? What is this?